That's good. I like the fact the blur. You can't tell if the show's on or this is how good we are. This is how good we are. You know. But anyway, welcome to another episode of Gaming Podcast, episode 87. Okay, all right. Steve Game Fest. You got to figure out who I'm talking to. How are you doing?
I'm doing really. Sorry. Go ahead.
This is really awkward.
This is gonna be
the
closest Steve to me right here.
Oh, me.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That works.
No.
You know what? I'm doing really well. I mean, it's an exciting week here for games. Exciting week here for us. But a sad week for the original Nintendo Switch because we got to pour one out. We got to say goodbye. It's been 8 great years, but I mean, it's over.
It is the last.
We don't need you anymore.
It comes out.
It's been last 8 years. Maybe 4 of them were pretty great. And
damn,
you know what? You're kind of onto something.
Strong start, awesome middle. And then we kind of just petered off once the pandemic.
Yeah, we did a little bit, and we're just phoning it in near the end there. Maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of like Endgame, whereas like as soon as the last character in Smash Bros came out, it just kind of went downhill from there.
We got Sora, and I was like, whoa, and then it was like
I never thought about it again.
Yeah,
Animal Crossing, we got Sora and Smash Brothers, and then
Zelda came out.
Yeah, it did.
Here's the Kingdom and Pikmin.
Here's the Kingdom,
Good.
I mean, hey, Marvel after Endgame still had some pretty good movies.
That's Spider-Man.
Spider-Man. So there we go.
Well, you have some high points, right?
He said who for sure.
I mean,
who?
Spider-Man. It's a Marvel reference. You didn't watch the last one?
That's true.
Don't you try that. You meant that for Shang.
That was a deep cut. That was a deep cut.
But no, overall, I mean, it's just a great time to be alive. You know, we got video games to talk about.
This is a crazy week for video games. And other Steve, how are you doing? Game Fest, other Steam Game Fest. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. You know, just I mean, I am sad. I sadly can't be able to do the Switch 2 like y'all, but that's okay. You know, I'm gonna get it eventually, and I'm gonna enjoy it just as much as you all are. I'll just miss on the FOMO for this time around, but that's fine.
Have more games to play when you get it.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what I always think about. Is like the more time that goes on, you're gonna have a stacked lineup when you pick it up.
I think, and I actually, you know what? I want to ask this question to everybody because I'm very curious about this one.
Yeah.
What is going to be that first game that you're gonna pop into play?
I mean, it's
Mario Kart, 100% Mario
That is
Kart.
not my answer.
Whoa.
Okay.
Dude,
Also, Mario Kart is not my answer either.
I've been waiting for Deltarune Chapter 3 for so long. That's like my first thing.
Okay.
Use your Sync one for that.
Do you know what actually will be for me?
Respect.
I don't know. Luigi's Mansion 4?
Oh, I wish. That'd be great. No, actually, for me, it's going to be Cyberpunk.
Okay.
That's really good. Good choice.
Yeah. So, I mean, I will play Mario Kart at some point. Like, that's going to be that's a given. Like, that's
an
like
evergreen game.
Exactly.
We'll eventually squad up and then face each other at some point.
Thursday night.
I don't think there's enough room for us, Sammy. Sorry. I'm just saying, you know.
Wow.
Sorry, Sam.
Not even with the 24 players, we can't even squad up. Wow.
Man, we're just short.
Wow.
Sorry.
That's...
I am kind of curious.
Riley and Camille, I did not expect this from you and Sammy. Like this is wow, this is wild.
It's fine. I am kind of curious to see how that will work actually with the lobby. Like, can we actually get like 24 friends, like 23 other friends to join us?
There's only one way to find out.
Doing
it Thursday night.
No, you can. You can stream me in 10 frames per second or whatever it is.
Hell yeah!
On the white labeled Discord chat. Yeah.
Hey,
yeah.
That those transcripts right there, those captions.
That's true. Yeah,
I'm just saying. I don't see Xbox or PlayStation doing that.
Nope.
Hey,
they're doing achievements and trophies, so let's settle down on giving Nintendo some kudos, okay?
Hey, you want achievements? You got a phone?
Your phone.
Yeah, you got a phone? You have a phone there?
You got a phone? You got a Nintendo Today app? Is that what you got?
You can compare the achievements on your phone, Steve.
Okay, for 2 games.
Doy. Come on, dude.
2 games.
It's crazy. Did you also see that you can also, if you take a photo, go directly to your phone as well?
Yeah, that's an improvement.
That's good stuff.
Xbox has done that. already. Just saying.
And
Same with
PlayStation.
PlayStation, but who cares? Nintendo's doing it.
But hey, stores are taking away Xbox space for Nintendo, so I had never seen that before. Insane. So, Riley,
Unsurprising though, right?
Uh,
Yeah, no, I'm doing well. Getting ready for it's a big week. We got PlayStation coming up, and then also this Nintendo has a console. I don't know if you guys heard. So
what's it called?
What?
I don't know. I forget.
Super Nintendo. Oh, sorry. Oh, okay. Darn.
Super Nintendo Switch.
Like the Wii 2 or something.
Oh dear God, Wii
Wii
U
U 2? Yeah.
Yeah, Wii U too. Oh my God, if they brought that back somehow.
But no, Switch 2, lots of excitement. We're gonna have a midnight launch on Wednesday online, and then we're also gonna have inventory in stores.
None of your stores locally doing midnight launches, just online.
Yep, no, we're not. The stores aren't going to be stocking anything at midnight, so we're just going to do an online launch. You can get your order in then if you haven't already, and then we'll also have inventory at the stores in the morning.
Your last chance, right now.
So
Walmart, you're
a
down.
lot of logistics there, but it's coming together, so it's exciting.
Nice.
Awesome. Sammy, how about you?
I'm doing good, as literally everyone before me has said. Excited for the Switch 2. Still deciding if I'm going to do midnight launch at my local. I guess I could call EB Games because they're
Yeah.
My
Electronic
receipt
boutique.
says EB Games, so you can't call
It does say EB Games. I never even realized that. So yeah,
it
we'll
says
be
EB Games
going
right here.
maybe, perhaps,
Oh.
if I'm
Wait,
not.
raise it again. I just want to see. I
Yeah,
just want to check out a
see that.
number.
No,
Oh,
no,
that's
no, no, no,
good.
no, 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 no. It's the back of the.
I left my receipt
Oh,
at
yeah,
home.
you must
Yeah.
do that.
Can you imagine? I just like DDoS my own freaking.
Yeah.
Console.
No, I got the order number. It's fine. Yeah, I don't have the
Oh, I
receipt.
need it. Yeah.
That's funny.
Well, you gotta let me know, Sammy, guys. I will join you
Yes,
for midnight
yes.
launch and fight off any stranglers and everything.
I have to imagine the vibes at that midnight launch are going to be immaculate.
Oh,
yeah.
man.
And
It
if
was funny. Well, me and Marcel ran into Daniel from the gaming podcast yesterday, and he's
cool.
like, "Oh yeah, they
Our
called
enemies.
me." Oh yes, our enemies. But they're like, "Yeah, they called me, and they're like giving away giveaways and stuff." And he's just kind of like, I just want my console. Like, just give me my console so I could leave." And I'm like, "Yeah, I kind of feel that." So that if I do go, that's me. I'm like, "Give me my
Yeah.
box so I can go home."
get out, yeah.
What's the preamble? You get there at 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, you line up, you do some trivia. I don't know. I miss those days personally.
Yeah.
I will admit,
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever been to a midnight launch
That's
of anything.
That's wild.
Of
Yeah.
anything? Not even
I'm
like
trying
a
to
movie?
think back. I think I know that there was like an Xbox event that I was at, but I couldn't remember what that was a launch for. If that was for like the 360 or for that, because I do remember going to like the Best Buy at downtown Toronto.
Yeah.
And I remember there was a Master Chief there. I have a photo of me giving Master Chief a hug.
Master Chief. You saw John 117?
I did, yeah. And I remember we were we
Jonathan
they had
117.
Jonathan,
they had a tent not too far from the store that basically had a whole bunch of stations set up so you can be able to play games.
Cool.
But I honestly can't remember if that was just a party or if that was a midnight launch thing. I just remember it was at night and that was it. But as far as anything like lining up for midnight, I've never done that. I've done the early morning, like Boxing Day, like for Black Friday sort of thing,
Sure.
but never a midnight lunch.
What
Does
about like a
anyone-
movie or a book launch? Because like those used to be my jam, like Harry Potter midnight releases.
Oh, those are big.
Well, can I? Okay,
Those
because at the time, like there was someone that I was dating that went to one of the Harry Potter launches, like the books, not the movies.
Okay.
But I wasn't in line. I basically was just hanging out at the Starbucks nearby.
You showed up at 12:15. Are you done?
No.
You get your book?
Got your book?
I don't know. All I remember was just sitting in the Starbucks and then
Babe,
when
I'm
finally
tired.
got it
I wanna
over.
go
And I was like,
home.
okay, great. Awesome. Can we go home?
I'm
so tired.
So tired.
Does anyone remember the Black Ops midnight launch at Yonge and Dundas?
No, I did one in Scarborough.
Yes, I do actually. I do. Remember
Right.
that.
When they flew in the helicopter?
Yeah.
Did they really do that?
Yeah, and then like people flew down on the ropes and shit.
Yeah.
Oh, no way. That's cool.
And then I
games.
think it was Halo 3 or Halo Reach where they had the orchestra set up at Yonge and Dundas. Do you remember that, Riley?
I remember
don't
seeing
that one, no.
pictures of that.
Yeah.
Man, when they had budget back then, like
Oh
that's
my
right.
god, they
That's
blew
kids.
money.
Oh yeah.
they didn't care. Like you remember, I remember even the stuff they used to give us. Like they used to give us like RC cards as actual collector's editions, and that used to be over $100. Like, oh, it's worth it. Or like they give us the foam drone for like Black Ops, I think it was. It came in a crate.
I don't remember that.
It was crazy back then.
Now they just feed that revenue or that ad money to like Meta. Just get Instagram ads. You're like, that's
that's basically it.
I blame the ROI analytic.
Keeps
Screw
me
that.
employed. I'm not mad about it, but it is it's where it goes.
Thanks, Riley. Thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks, Riley. We can start with the state of Unreal. How many people saw it today?
I was watching up until about like halfway through, and then I just got bored, and then I left.
I
You know what? Fair enough.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Like once they started getting into like the Fortnite updates, I was like, okay, I'm interested. But then they started like, I mean, it's not that I don't mind the technical stuff, because the technical stuff I am fascinated by, especially that Witcher 4 demo. Because damn, like that was impressive tech. But when they're talking about like updates to
PS5
base
right?
PS5, 60 frames
With ray tracing.
and ray tracing, that looked fucking gorgeous. But yeah, once they started getting into like the creator, like the Fortnite creator stuff, I was like, okay, all right, I don't create stuff for Fortnite.
It's very like inside baseball.
Yeah,
I was kind of hoping to know, but otherwise, yeah.
Like,
I was hoping though that they might have had like a surprise announcement like they did last time with the Marvel 1943. But it didn't look like that there was anything.
Hey Marcel, can you zoom in a little more?
A little more.
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure if you do, you can see how woke this game is going to be.
Yeah. Is this close enough?
There you go. There you can see it.
Look at that.
There it is.
Yeah. Look at it. It's going to be so woke.
She's got freckles. She's woke. Oh, fuck.
She has eyeballs.
Part of the entertainment was just reading the chat, which was
so good.
horrendous.
Oh,
I've never
so
seen the word
terrible.
gooner said so many times in a row, dude. You don't understand.
Oh, damn.
I think
The internet's terrible.
Just shut off the chat at this point. You know, just don't even show it.
The internet was a bad idea. A bad idea. We should start over.
Yeah.
But that tech demo was really impressive.
Yeah.
I mean,
especially for the Witcher part.
Even months after the first reveal at the Game Awards, I didn't go into this expecting to see this level of fidelity, this level of like performance and everything. And I mean, I think for the most part, I think we can all agree that when we started getting into this console generation, we probably all had similar mindset of like, well, we're peaking out in terms of visual fidelity. It's all about the frame rates. It's all about, not sacrificing frames for that fidelity. But this, I was like, oh my God, this is like in terms of, lifelike performances and stuff like that. Yep. This is the future. Like we're actually now progressing to a point where Unreal Engine 5 isn't just that. I can't remember what it was called, but when they first revealed UE5 and they had that like really incredible tech demo, it was like, okay, that's cool to see. The Tomb Raider like one, yeah.
Walking through.
Yeah, and it was like, okay, that's really cool, but are we ever going to see anything to this caliber? I mean, The Witcher 4 was like, we're honestly, pretty damn close.
I think the thing
I was going to say, sorry, Steve. Steve too. I was going to say that the first time we actually saw this was last year with Hellblade.
Yeah,
we were like,
sure, that's true.
Many of us were like, "Oh, there's no way." There's the trailer that they showed us is actual gameplay, and then when you actually got to that boss, you're like, "Oh my God, this is real! This is actually happening."
I think the thing that impressed me the most about it, like, yes, like seeing like, because when they were talking about like voxel sort of lumens and stuff like that, being able, because that's how they're able to scale like resolution wise to make sure that you're not having to load like 15,000 different trees with the same fidelity. When you're kind of zoomed out, they kind of sort of scale it to a voxel sort of state. I was like, oh, that's neat. When they said there was like a pixel for like one section of a tree, I was like, okay, I see what how that scale. But the thing that impressed me the most was the part where she's walking through the village. She bumps into a guy with a box of fruit. The fruit falls onto the ground, and then the kid later on goes and picks up the fruit for like. I was like that's the kind of thing you can be able to program into into this engine, and it's not going to like take up resource, or doesn't seem like it's going to be, oh, this is a story feature moment that they have to include.
Scripted,
that's just a random, like a scripted thing. That's just a random thing that they could be able to program in. I'm like, that is dope. And the fact they kept scaling up the amount of people that were in this town, it felt so dynamic. And I'm like, we've seen, pretty crowded places in cities and stuff in games, but nothing to be able to have it like this super high quality at like that. Each of them have their own unique personality, their own scripted sort of thing that they're doing. Like that is just so damn cool.
That's what the Matrix demo was showing off, like the whole traffic where you could literally set off a car and then there'll be traffic being built up like consistently. Like it's just as its own like engine, own mind of itself.
Yeah, that was one thing I was kind of sad that they didn't release that demo like they did for the Matrix one, because that would have been so cool just to like dive into the whole Witcher world and just see how it looks. But
I did see a follow-up report from, I think it was VGC, that spoke to CD Projekt Red, that they confirmed that it's only a tech demo and not really reflective of what Witcher 4 is going to be or is right now as its like current form.
Yeah, that's fine. Like, but if that's just how the game is gonna look, like,
of course, I'm
like, that's all I care about. Like, sure, like, it's just I love like the character model of Ciri. Like, she just looks so damn cool. I'm like, okay, this is the Witcher I want to play.
Oh, absolutely.
Do you think something like this is possible on the Switch 2 now? Now everything is Switch 2 related.
I mean, who knows?
It can be possible. Why?
I mean,
why
again, going back to that sort of scaling up and down depending on resolution. Like, I think that's possible. I mean, let's say this. I think the true test. I mean, obviously, we're getting Cyberpunk. I know it's not Unreal, but it's their own bespoke engine. But if they're able to get Cyberpunk on the Switch 2 working, I think it wouldn't be that hard to be able to convert The Witcher 4 into the Switch 2, and it's using an engine that is a little bit more scalable than their own bespoke engine. So
I'm sure that they can get a version of it running on Switch.
Sure,
but that demo,
like Hogwarts Legacy, it would be
that
like
demo
that.
Hogwarts is like in Unreal 4. I feel like Unreal 5 is probably more like settled for this chip that's being made.
Well, let's just wait and see what
like
Hellblade
DLSS
looks
as well,
like.
right?
Let's wait and see what Hellblade looks like when they release that.
Yeah.
Has that been confirmed? I didn't even know it's been confirmed or not.
No. Listen, everything's
no, but
Xbox,
it's just speculative.
Everything's an Xbox. You're not wrong. It was really cool to see what they have coming up, and then everything else was just Star Wars. You could talk to Darth Vader if you wanted to, and he calls you a noob and everything. So.
Or he says something really graphic.
Offensive.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't think that when James Earl Jones gave away his likeness or voice likeness, I don't think that they wanted to. That was what he was thinking of.
Yeah. I have to say though, like the meta human animator is like super cool, and I could see. Yeah. I think it's free as long as you're making under $1 million. So having those kind of resources just at the palm of your hand as like a young creator, I can't wait to see like the indie devs what they do with everything and all the new updates. Yeah.
I mean, that's how they're able to get Inzoid to be as super realistic as they can. Like, it's all metahuman.
Yeah. And now with 100% revenue share. Wow.
Yeah.
Crazy times. Let's go on to state of play predictions. What we got?
So we got 40. What is it? They've said we got 40 minutes. They didn't say anything else, right? It was just basically just upcoming PlayStation 5 titles.
With like global partners is what.
Global partners. Okay.
I think one thing for sure, VR is not. I think VR is dead. There's no PSVR. PS, I'm sorry, it's dead. It's not showing up.
I guarantee you 2 VR games at minimum.
Oh.
Yep.
At max.
I feel like there's always at least 1 or 2.
There's going to be 2.
I think there's going to be at least,
I'll give you 2 at max.
Okay.
That's it. That's
but for real predictions, I think this is time for Resi 9. Give me a good Resi 9 trailer.
Oh, hell yeah. That needs to happen.
Yeah.
That'll be good. I did see some speculation online that a new God of War game will be there.
The 2.5D?
Yes.
Which is that one, right?
Game.
Oh, because for a second I was thinking, I'm like, okay, well, Sony Santa Monica, I don't think they're working on a new God of War unless they are just sort of doing an offshoot. But I thought it was they're moved him over to Corey's sci-fi game.
The report I saw, or like the rumors, is that they're just partnering with another studio.
Okay.
And it's kind of like a mix between, a God of War with Blasphemous. So it would be kind of like a 2.5D side scroller Metroidvania-ish.
That'd be cool, though. That'd be cool. Do you think we're going to get anything from Naughty Dog?
I hope so, but probably not.
I don't know. Like maybe because they teased that Uncharted a long time ago.
Yeah, with no spoilers, I guess. But yeah, that is the biggest mystery right now is what the hell that footage was.
Yeah, absolutely. So, I mean, I don't know if now is the time for that. I really hope we see Wolverine, but I doubt it as well.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be about time because they haven't shown anything in a while. I mean,
for the longest time.
It's been time for like 2 years.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, but here's the thing: like, the Insomniac has been going at a pretty decent pace for quite a while. I mean, they pretty much were propping up the entire PlayStation 5 launch.
Oh, absolutely. For a couple years. And I think that leak really did put a number on them in terms of like what they wanted to do, and probably made them rethink or reevaluate what Wolverine maybe even looked like. Granted that so much of it ended up leaking that they probably looked at it and they were like, okay, well, maybe we take a step back. Maybe we, maybe restructure narrative. Maybe we restructure some gameplay. Because it must suck that, the game ostensibly was leaked and people could play it. There was like playable builds and it's like to think of that a studio could like continue to be excited about that I would feel like that's such a deflating moment.
I think so. I don't think it would have changed. They would have prompted them to be able to change like the entire gameplay of it. Because I think it's because at that point when you're kind of in production, there's a lot of things that have been locked in from
for sure
from the early production. So
and to be clear, I'm not saying that restructured the entire gameplay, but when you see Wolverine like doing like actual like fully built animations and doing his like crawling and like leaping from one tree to another, and people are like, granted it's an early build, but people are ripping it apart, being like, oh, this doesn't look great. They're probably looking at that and then being like, well, maybe we can fix this. Maybe we can make it look even better by the time we actually show it off. Because it has been, 3 years now since we've last seen it?
I think it was 2022 is when they announced it. And then was like, when did Spider-Man 2 come out? 2023? And October 23?
Then the leak came out months after that.
Yeah.
Around Christmas.
Right. So I don't know. I think if it's been in production since or just before 2022, I mean, we're looking at about but if it's next year, potentially about 3 or 4 years of development time, and if it's potentially maybe using the same engine that they've been using for Spider-Man.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, if it'd be great this would be the time this would be a good time to announce it or to do, or at least do a better trailer of it.
I agree. I mean, that would be cool.
Yeah.
I'd be down for that. I mean, because just based on the time frame that they have for Ghost of Yotei, I feel like that's probably going to be their big holiday game. But
and then they're obviously going to be talking about that in the state of play. That's
sure.
a given. I think that's where we're going to see like actual gameplay.
I would assume so.
Is it too early for FF Part 3? 7? FF7 Part 3?
I would love that,
but
I don't know. I don't think that's too early. I think getting people excited for it, like, and with a more concrete.
It came out last year.
I want to say, wasn't it early last year?
Yeah, it was like March of last year.
January, February, I think somewhere in there.
Yeah. So maybe an announcement. I don't know.
Maybe they have a lot. They're going to be using a lot of the assets.
Sure.
They have like the world built and everything ready to go.
That's fair.
The Pro version came out last year, or whatever. The PlayStation Pro came out with the update for that.
Yeah, I would think Part 3 before we see anything on the new Kingdom Hearts.
I agree.
They just showed off like screenshots of that, and it was kind of like, I don't think they'd do that if they had like a formal reveal like impending.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that still would be a PlayStation exclusive though?
What?
No, I don't think it'll be PS exclusive.
Hmm.
They might have marketing rights to it, but I'd assume it'll also be on Switch too. I mean, Square seems pretty set on like making sure that is like their software is everywhere moving forward.
Right. Do you think that we're not gonna see, or are we gonna see anything Death Stranding? I know they have their own little thing at the end of this week or something. Or
I wouldn't be
sure
surprised.
I'm sure we'll see
something.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like 40 plus minutes of content.
It's gonna be like a don't forget.
I think you'll get like a brief trailer.
Well,
Geoff,
reviews are going to be coming out June 23rd, so people have already got codes for it.
Yeah,
and then the director of Final Fantasy Tactics shared the post from PlayStation and then unshared it after people filled it out. So I'm assuming we're getting Final Fantasy Tactics.
What about that BioWare Judas game? Anything for that?
I hope so. It's been a really long time.
There's probably a good chance.
Yeah,
it could be.
Do you think more Game Fest though, or State of Play?
I think that feels like a Game Fest thing, but
they're not even like. Oh, I guess that won't be tied to PlayStation, because I'd say PlayStation's not even like a partner for.
No,
Game Fest
that would be 2K. No.
Okay. Yeah.
What about Housemarque Soros?
I think that's too early, personally.
You think?
To follow
up
with
it, but
gameplay, but
I would say gameplay.
When's it come out? 2026.
Yeah.
They've confirmed that. Maybe like a mention.
Yeah.
We mentioned Yotei, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
That's their biggest launch for this year, pretty much.
We're gonna deep dive on some gameplay, I believe. Yeah.
I would say probably maybe not necessarily a full deep dive. I'd say like a good chunk of or showing a good bit of gameplay, but then announcing that there will be there'll be a dedicated State of Play at some point.
Yeah. I just want Astrobot DLC.
That was what I was going to bring up.
Big expansion for that game. Give me that.
A whole new solar system or whole new galaxy.
If they like money, it's
brand new
coming.
planet. Yeah.
God.
I don't think you walk away from that game.
It was game of the year.
I don't think you walk away from that game.
Up there. They did a bunch of free updates, and now it's been like eerily quiet. So I'm like, they got to be doing something. Get the FF7 crew in there as like planets and stuff. Like, seems to be the only crossover they're really missing right now.
Costs too much money. Cloud's too expensive.
I don't know why I just had this thought in my head, but like Astrobot mixed with like Gran Turismo.
Interesting.
Astrobot kart.
Yeah.
Astro kart.
Astro kart. I'm kind of digging it.
I want it.
Yeah.
Give it to me.
That'd be pretty dope.
So do you think Resident Evil will close out the show? 9?
No, I think it would be like an opener.
Yeah.
Open on that? That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, I think you.
I guess it depends what they have, though. Like, it would be a really strong closer, but
do you think it'd be like a 1-2 of announcing RE9 and then Capcom saying that we're having our own like RE showcase like sometime in the next Shadow Drop within the next week?
Maybe
talking more about it.
I hope not, because usually a lot of those are pretty bad.
Yeah, the Capcom shows are usually pretty terrible.
Yeah.
But that's how we've been able to get information about these games for the past while. So, and Capcom's been kind of killing it with their games.
Have been killing their releases. Well, their spotlights are.
They did a Borderlands.
Swing and a miss.
So maybe they'll do a Resi State of Play then, if that's something they wanted to do.
Maybe.
Sure. I feel like we're due for Resi something though.
They kind of lump it in with like a Monster Hunter update, and then they'll be like, "Here's news from Capcom," and then it's like a 20-second extended trailer or something you get.
Yeah, because it was RE4, right? And that was 20. Was that last year? Or was it 2023?
22? No.
2023.
RE4?
3, I think.
Yeah. Okay.
They've been quiet on their RE front for a while.
That was a whole debate of can it be Game of the Year because it's a remake? Is this a remake or not?
Right. That's right. And last year's it was the DLC with Elden Ring.
With Elden Ring. Yeah.
Do you think that? No, never mind. I'm going back into that debate again.
Do you think
new games to be Game of the Year this year? I feel like I don't think we'll run into that problem.
Nah, it will be Cyberpunk on Switch too. Don't worry about it.
Oh, shot! I mean, I'll still vote for it. I'll vote for it.
I hate that.
I just think it'd be hilarious still if I'm at the Game Awards and the Cyberpunk people are still in front of me. I told you guys this story, right?
Yeah,
I think so.
Yeah.
What's a Hail Mary one? Because I feel like
for PlayStation.
Here's a good one. Horizon MMO.
Right. So remember that multiplayer game they've been
Do we see that?
teasing about?
Maybe.
Yeah,
maybe, but it depends on if Nintendo has a 3D Zelda game that they can just totally squash on it. Because that's what happens every time a Horizon game comes out. They have to release a Zelda game.
I have a fun idea. This God of War prequel that is a 2.5.
Oh no! Are you gonna go where I think you're gonna go?
It's gonna be on Switch too.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
okay.
yeah.
See, my thinking was this whole 2.5D. I was.
What did you think?
If there was just gonna be this 2.5D God of War, I was immediately thinking of Lego God of War.
Oh man!
Oh Jesus!
I would kind of love that.
Pieces everywhere.
I would love it. Oh,
I do think. Okay, here's my long shot. It's not going to happen.
Sure.
Sly Cooper.
Oh,
it could happen. I feel like
I'm not opposed to the idea.
Yeah.
Do I think it's likely? Probably not.
It's my Hail Mary.
I like it though.
I want my boy back.
Yeah.
Yeah. That'd be a good one.
I think Uncharted's coming. That's my Hail Mary.
It's been a while.
It's been so long.
But it just depends on if Naughty Dog is letting go of that franchise, because they've been very reluctant to
have
their franchise to other studios.
You have to imagine that Neil Druckmann has finally caved, right?
Who knows? I mean, what they say that it was Intergalactic, and then there was like another game that they said that hasn't been announced yet.
That Neil has no, like, he's not directing.
He's not directing, so it's either Matt Gallant or Kurt. I can pronounce his last name. Mongal or Mongo is either one of his. Those is two others directors.
Yeah.
There is a Last of Us something being created, but they're like, we're taking our time, we're not rushing it.
Right.
Right.
He has a story for it.
Yeah.
But regardless of any of the recent news, what the hell was that footage? That footage came out 4 years ago. Someone's making a game.
What if it was just like a throw off? They put it out just so to like throw you off.
No one does that. No one just makes a
like
footage
of
a
dollars
woman in a cave for an ad, and they're like, no, that's just for shits and giggles.
Yeah.
No one does that.
It was like last year they dropped that.
No, that was years ago.
Wasn't it?
I would say I can't remember last time I saw it.
That was at least 2 or 3 years ago at this point. It was oh my goodness, I'll look it up. But
it was like an anniversary. I thought it was like an anniversary thing or something.
No, it was just like a PlayStation 5 promotion thing, and it just like went through a whole bunch of their IPs, and there was just a mysterious Uncharted asset in there that no one wants to take credit for. No one just makes that, and they're like, funny little joke. Someone made that.
Funny little joke.
Yeah, funny little joke. No one spends time making assets like that, and they're like, "Oh, we're never going to do anything with it."
I mean, they wasted money before. Just saying.
What's Ben's studio doing? I bet they're doing it.
That's a really good call. I have heard rumors that they.
That could be interesting.
Yeah, I bet they're doing the Uncharted game
because they're in LA, I think, right?
No, they're in Oregon.
Bend,
Oregon.
I like Bend, Oregon.
How did I think they were like because it was they were kind of part of the Naughty Dog Sony Santa Monica area.
No. So there's a third studio, a PlayStation studio that's just like an LA, California studio that has no name. They're also been rumored to be working on an Uncharted game for a long time.
Right. But, okay, that makes sense. Yeah, it was a support studio. That's right. Right. Okay.
Well, one way to find out, because when this airs, it'll just be a couple hours after. So we'll find out in a couple hours.
Yeah.
But Summer Game Fest, so much, including we'll lump in Xbox as well. What are our predictions for this epic show? What does Geoff have in store for us, except for Death Stranding?
You know what? I honestly don't know.
Yeah,
like
right?
there hasn't. I don't know if y'all been feeling this, but I haven't really felt a lot of hype for this Summer Game Fest.
Same here.
Like even it feels like even weird that Geoff is not really like hyping it up. Which kind of makes me think it's not.
He hasn't said, he hasn't like laid the groundwork for a lot of people present.
Yeah, because normally like he would be like at this point he would have like his hype trailer or something for it.
And he has released it, but it just didn't really generate a lot.
It didn't catch.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like there's like a cooling effect in the industry right now, and I think part of it maybe is because of the Grand Theft Auto of it all, where everyone kind of has been going into the summer thinking Grand Theft Auto was this fall, so there was like this perception of like, well, we already know what the big thing is going to be this year. We can't top it. Let's not get our expectations up too high. And now, Grand Theft Auto has moved to 2026, and but it kind of just feels like the groundwork's already been laid. We have Ghost of Yotei. We already know a lot of like what Xbox is doing for the rest of the year. I don't know, the third party stuff. It feels like we've been following along for years and years at this point. I just failed to see like what could be. I failed to predict what could be at Summer Game Fest that we don't already know of.
Yeah,
because I'm sure there's going to be great surprises, but in terms of stuff that we've been following for a few years now, I'm like, I don't know. I kind of feel like we know everything.
You know what I want to see? Marvel versus Capcom, like a brand new one.
Or 5, I guess, because Infinite's 4.
5, however they want.
Yeah, 5. Yeah.
Infinite. So if they wanted to go back to the old naming thing, they could do 4, I guess. But yeah, like I want that. I think that'd be hype. And I recall them revealing Infinite at the Game Awards.
It's weird too because I mean, like Summer Game Fest Live was kind of meant to sort of be that all-encompassing showcase for E3, like an E3 like. But the fact that like that we have PlayStation as its own thing, Xbox has its own thing. Nintendo, if they announce anything, it would be its own thing, but it looks like the rumors are that may not happen this week. Who knows? They may still drop whatever announcement. Nintendo get a Nintendo.
Yeah, I think probably end of June or July would make more sense for them.
Yeah,
they have so many games they have no release dates for.
But as far as like any other because he got to think it's like he's not an indie showcase. He never has been. I mean, he shows off some indies, but more of like kind of like the AAA, as it were. But like, there's not a lot of like AAA like third parties that essentially you could be able to tap into because they're all like suffering from stuff right now, like Ubisoft. But they also do their own thing. There's no Ubisoft Forward this year.
Yeah, I was about to say there's none of that. Yeah.
Yeah. So what is there? EA, WB? That kind of really is it.
I mean, Square will probably be
Square, maybe. Yeah, that could be it. Some Japanese developers, but I don't know. It's like I really don't know what could be able to bring the hype unless he was able to get a pretty good deal with PlayStation or with Xbox. But
maybe like
considering the fact that like
Persona or something like that.
Persona, I could see.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. And I think rumors of a Persona 4 remake.
Right, I did see that.
But I think they might set up for like it was so successful with 3 remake with Xbox. It might be like an Xbox like
you think they'd set? Yeah, that's true. They might saddle up with Xbox again for that. Do a Game Pass day one type of thing. Yeah, I can see that.
Sort of tangentially related. At least Metaphor is now on Game Pass.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So
has enough time passed for a new Tomb Raider game? It's been a little while.
Maybe, yeah.
That's been Amazon, right? That's
Amazon's developing that. I forget what was the studio that was. Is it Crystal Dynamics is tackling?
Crystal Dynamics used to.
Yeah, but I heard that they were like there's some rumblings of that studio's not doing well right now.
Yeah, well, they're working on Perfect Dark too.
Yeah,
true.
So
yeah,
I don't know how split they are in terms of or how spread thin they are, but
I know it's not a prediction. But I am like the only thing that has me driving to watch Summer Game Fest right now is just to see 007.
Yeah,
Like IO Interactive never misses with their Hitman games, and if they're just like, "Hey, we're doing Hitman, but reskinning it as James Bond," I don't give a shit. I just want that game.
Be at the Game Fest.
They're doing their own.
Well, there is going
Yeah,
to
they
be
have
its
their
own
own
showcase.
They're going to be showing it there. Yeah.
So I don't know. Maybe they do a trailer,
though, right? It's like on the same day, but like an hour or two after, something like that.
So I feel like we'll get a trailer and then maybe a little like look at gameplay or something.
That teaser image they dropped in the text kind of alluded to the setting they were going with, which is exciting. It's like he has to earn his numbers. So
like he's
a rookie Bond. I'm
all about it.
Like
cool. Just give me Hitman, just reskin it as James Bond. Let me drive a car.
Do you
I don't
think
care.
they'll try to be influenced by like an existing Bond actor? Or is this like a brand new slate?
I think it's a brand new one. I don't think
just
because now MGM is very, or at least the is it the Broccoli's? I think they're the ones who own they're the main producer for James Bond. They've been very cagey about about whether or not they're gonna have a new James Bond out soon, or even cast one. So I don't think they would do a unless they go back to a previous casting, like bringing someone back to be able to voice. But I don't know. I don't think I think they're going to go for like either an unknown or a prominent voice actor that we know, like basically pulling like a Troy Baker for Indiana Jones kind of.
Can Troy Baker do Daniel Craig?
Probably.
Can he do young Daniel Craig? Yeah.
You know who would be my bet? Ben Starr.
Yo, that's actually
a good pull. Yeah.
Yeah.
Really good call.
I could totally see him pulling that.
1,000,000,000% see that.
That or Neil Newbon.
I don't think I could see. I mean, I'm sure he does have the range, but I just hear Asterion in my brain.
Fair,
I'm like, how did Asterion is 007?
They might just go like a young actor, like a British actor would be cool. So
you got
see. And I'm assuming Nintendo has the marketing rights for it because it showed up in the Switch 2 reveal. So we know
Nintendo has the marketing rights for.
I would think they'd be interested in getting that. Yeah. I mean, GoldenEye 007, like the brand's pretty paired with Nintendo, which is neat.
Oh, GoldenEye, yeah.
I would. I don't know. Who knows? Maybe.
Steve won right here. Is this the year?
Yes, this is the year.
It has to be
Silksong, but it's not at Summer Game Fest. It's at Xbox, guaranteed.
Oh, okay. I just mean I'm lumping all together, like all this weekend. Yeah. A summer game.
So
Xbox
I think, given that what we know, what we've seen online, everything we know, Xbox has the possibility of giving me a full-blown heart attack if they can capture the Ubisoft Splinter Cell trailer and it's Silksong. I'm gonna be fucking dead, guys. Like, there's no way I survive Sunday.
And I like genuinely would that be like the best showcase that they could ever provide you? Like, is there any other? Yeah, that's
if they can. That's the thing is like knowing that we're not getting a Ubisoft forward. Okay, great. So we're already consolidating. Cut all the fat that Ubisoft had. No, just give me the Splinter Cell trailer. Bring it back home. Bring it back home to Xbox. That's where the legacy of that franchise is.
They seem
I
to
didn't
have
even
like a lot
think
of,
about that as an idea.
Ubisoft right now too.
Yeah. So
all the Game Pass
they have that stupid face. They put out that
stupid face the other day. Yeah.
You got the face of Sam Fisher out there, and then knowing everything that we have for Silksong out.
Which one was that from though? Which Splinter Cell was that one from?
That's new. That's a new asset.
The screenshot.
Yeah.
Brand spanking new Sam Fish.
That's not an existing Sam Fisher.
Wait, what? Are we
talking about filters, the same thing? Editing.
Damn.
I'm gonna look it up. Hold on.
I mean, that'd be an
interesting poll. I thought it was new, but
I've never seen that Sam Fisher before.
I'm really not a big enough fan to know, but
maybe I
feel like now if they have that, will it be day one on Game Pass, Steve?
Or Splinter Cell?
Yeah.
I don't know about that.
You don't think so?
I don't think day one. I think there's a possibility
that would have to be. I would say that would have to tie into an announcement of Ubisoft Plus being folded into Game Pass like they did with EA Play.
Sure.
I think that's the only way that
marketing
will happen.
Campaign is like everything's an Xbox. You got to make everything an Xbox.
That's right.
From the go.
Yeah.
Yep. Do you think, kind of pivoting a tiny bit, do you think that this will for Xbox? Do you think we're going to get the announcement that Steam will be on Xbox?
No. I think that's going to be tied to the next console.
Yeah, I don't think it'll be. on this one.
Yeah, I personally just don't think that it's fundamentally possible to run Steam on the current OS, which would mean a complete overhaul.
Maybe Steam Remote Play.
I don't know the inner workings of the engineering.
They did have one called Rainway that used to do that, and it existed on the system for about 2 days.
That was on Xbox One, right?
Down, yeah. And Xbox yanked it down. So I don't know what the deal is or what Steam allows or doesn't allow. It's really a Valve and Microsoft would have to figure out a deal. So maybe.
Do you think they'd have any handheld announcements?
Yes.
This dumb face?
Yeah.
That looks updated.
That's from Pandora Tomorrow, isn't it?
I don't believe so.
I mean,
oh, really?
Pandora.
This is a very old looking face.
I was gonna say that does look like an older.
If it look like this, I'm not happy.
I love that.
I don't know. It looked like a new asset to me. Like, well, no, I'm not saying like new and like great, but
look into my eyes.
Like,
it's Pandora Tomorrow, I think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm looking at it. The pic, yeah, it kind of does.
Yeah, Stereo says someone. Now the description says that.
Oh.
Whatever. It's old.
It's old. Okay.
But what
Either
the
way,
hell does this face mean? What does this mean?
Either way, that old mug is showing up on Sunday. I guarantee it.
I could be like, it could be
that
remake that they've been saying for a while.
I mean, what are we doing? And this is a plea for Ubisoft. What are we doing if we're not even announcing Splinter Cell?
Well, I mean, like, I think none of us think it's going to be out this year, right? New Splinter
No.
Cell?
In a couple years.
So do we think next year?
I would assume.
I'd say 2028.
You think 2026? You think when?
I think 28.
2028. Then there's.
I don't think we can last that long. I don't think
they're still hiring. They're still hiring for it.
I want my Blade game first.
There is zero shot.
Blade?
For getting a.
Has nothing to do with this, but I still want it first.
I mean, I could be wrong. I'm thinking like I could be flexible, being like potentially early, like 2027. But they've also got Prince of Persia: Sands of Time remake. It's not to say they can't have it, Steve, in there, but it just might. You might be a while before we get it.
It's been 10 fucking years. What are we doing, Ubisoft?
That's what I'm saying.
I'm a little confused. Is this supposed to be a remake?
Yeah, the Splinter Cell one from Toronto.
Like
Toronto is supposed to be a remake of Splinter Cell 1.
Oh, this could come out this year. It was a remake.
It's not like a remaster or something. No. It's like brand new from the ground up Splinter Cell.
Any news that we've seen of anything Splinter Cell, like of the remake that Ubi Toronto is mostly been they're just hiring up.
But they've been hiring up for years. They put out this announcement in 2020.
No, I don't think it's that old. I would say like 22, it was 23 at least. No. But also, you got to remember they were working on Star Wars Outlaws at the time too. So a lot of that could have delayed it. Again, Steve, I'm with you. I desperately want to Splinter Cell.
Sorry. They put out a blog post in 2021 saying we've begun development. We cannot still be hiring at this point, Ubisoft. We cannot be. Do not do this to me. We have to be massaging this game, getting it out the door, because otherwise,
the thing that gives me pause about the thing that gives me pause about them, like this could still take this long, is Splinter Cell was not included in the subsidiary that they partnered up with Tencent.
No, they didn't asset dump it.
They did not asset dump it. And two, Ubisoft Toronto was a support studio and a narrative studio for Star Wars Outlaws, and that was a big chunk of their development. And so that, and then three, just with everything that's happening with Ubisoft, I don't think that they just have anything ready to even remotely announce anything. Like basically, once the Shadows came out, it was like they were pretty much done.
And not that it's going in my favor whatsoever, but they are also supporting on this Prince of Persia game because we're just fucking the dog. We just don't even care.
They got the candle. We watched the candle last year.
Toronto got moved to Toronto last year, or at least announced that it was last year. I mean, Steve, I am so with you. I desperately want a Splinter Cell game so bad. I want to know what Ubisoft is doing. I would love to see it on Xbox. I think my hope is just probably like smaller than yours because my hope and faith of it because I'm like I don't think that it's anywhere near being ready yet.
That's probably for the best, Steve, in total honesty, because I'm just setting myself to be let down by having going in with such expectations of Splinter Cell and Silksong.
Because
we're on the SS disappointment. That's what we're on.
Because that game was what turned me into a stealth fan. Like that, to the point where anytime I go into a game that has stealth, I still try to do the thing that I did in original Splinter Cell, whereas I want to be able to go through the entire level without anyone even knowing that I was there. Because that to me feels like that is the ultimate like superpower of Sam Fisher, is that he's in and out. No one knows he's there. You may see an unconscious dude somewhere in the corner in a closet somewhere. I don't care. But I want to be able to go through an entire level without any, like that to me is the ultimate 100% stealth. And I want that. I want that. I want that love again.
I did find during their recent press briefing, just their fiscal report, they mentioned that after a thorough review of its pipeline that took place from October to December, the group decided to provide additional development time to some of its biggest productions in order to create the best conditions for success. This decision has already been beneficial to the quality of Assassin's Creed Shadows. As a consequence, fiscal year 2026-2027 and fiscal year 2027-2028 will see significant growth versus 25-26 on the back of strong content coming from group's strongest brands. So it sounds like they push back everything like a year.
They're like, all those people we let go, we got to rehire them now so we can make more games.
I think they pushed it. They're kind of letting their games cook a little longer because the pipeline wasn't doing what it was supposed to do anymore.
Yeah.
And
so fiscal 27, 28?
I mean, probably 27, 28 for Splinter Cell is kind of what I'm reading there.
But we could still get an announcement.
That was about to be my next thing.
All I'm saying, bare minimum, all I need is the blackout screen and 3 green dots to come up and the sound.
That was last year's disappointment because we expected that from Ubisoft last year.
And they didn't do
nothing. You were like, all right, bye. You're like,
do that and you get a standing ovation for me. That's like pure cinema for me.
I'm going to say this right now. I've always been a big kind of Ubisoft fan, especially when it comes to accessibility. Like they're right now, they're kind of like no other studio can kind of match with just the amount of accessibility they consistently keep putting into their games across the entire industry. But last year was such a waste of Ubisoft 4 was such a waste of time. Like it was literally just a hype trailer for Star Wars Outlaws and Shadows, and that was it. Like there was nothing really new, and it just really kind of showed how badly they organize or they create these Ubisoft forwards. They're still old school E3 style, has to do everything live in front of on a stage with these. I mean, not to say that the musical thing they did for orchestra thing for Outlaws and Shadows wasn't cool, but I mean it was a nothing burger. It was literally like there was like what Prince of Persia: Sands of Time got moved to Ubisoft Toronto. That's a blog post. Yeah, it's an email. Like that's not to build a whole Ubisoft forward around. And I think the benefit that we had was that we actually got to play Outlaws and at least see good decent jungle gameplay for Shadows. But for anyone else that I was watching at home, there's nothing for that. Like there was nothing for anyone and an Ubisoft fan that watching that.
And that's probably why we're not seeing one this year.
Do we even know what they have like in the pipe right now?
All we know is
like speculative, kind of, right?
Did anyone go to the open house, like kind of like look in a folder or something? Like,
I don't know. I mean, well, they got Hex and Jade still for Assassin's Creed,
right? Beyond Good and Evil 2.
They were still hiring. They were still hiring for that. Like, I posted something not too long ago.
Rayman is getting worked on.
I was just thinking about Rayman. Yeah,
but in the interim, like I don't think that they really have anything.
I mean, let's count Rainbow Six still.
They've announced
projects,
right? It's not going to happen, but Child of Light 2 would be fantastic.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
You know what, Steve? After hearing all this, like I think a Splinter Cell would be like a nice saving grace for them. Just like that one game to look forward to at an Xbox.
Just
thing.
like 10 seconds.
I think I'm in. I think I'm in for the Xbox showcase. CGI trailer. And then logo.
All you had to do.
All they got to do.
That's all you need to do.
I think I'm in. I think I'm in for that.
You don't even need like the official name. It could just be Project, Splinter or whatever.
Project Fisher. Don't even care.
Project Fisher.
Whatever.
Just give me the name of the game. That's fine.
The one thing I'm gonna miss.
Yet.
The one thing I'm gonna miss about
game?
not being a part of the live shows is just like feeling the energy when like things are on the screen.
That's the thing I'm gonna miss.
I don't
too.
know. Last year we had someone live streaming the entire time, and poor Camille was squished up.
That's so funny. That was so funny.
Yeah, I remember that. Was that Summer Game Fest or was that Ubi?
No, that was Ubisoft Forward.
That was Ubi,
yeah.
right? Yeah,
It was a good time.
Yep.
Oh man,
Good time for everyone except for
We
Camille.
didn't move the chairs except for Camille. She was just squished.
I remember. I think I was like sitting beside like a bunch of like executives, like C-suite folks. That was intimidating. Anyway, but yeah. Now I'm like hyped for it. I want it. I think I want it. If it comes out on the Xbox thing, that would propel it past the last year's like showcase that they did. Because if they could be like, that's the thing. Like, do you think that the Xbox showcase this year is going to be as hype, if or more, than last year's?
No.
I'm hoping there's just like some general surprises that no one knows about.
Sure.
Then there's a possibility. But if it's just like the stuff that everyone's kind of hinting and guessing about,
I think I think it depends ultimately on if they can utilize third parties in a very strong way. Like if they can use a Ubisoft, if they can get Team Cherry to show off Silksong in a meaningful way and get a release date. But I think that it also goes to show like if they can use the Gears of War remake and really show off that game in a substantial way. If we finally get Fable gameplay, that will be huge. Maybe something more for Perfect Dark. But last year's was so strong of like, here are all the tentpole games that and love. E-Day, Doom, Perfect Dark, Fable, like they were all there in spades. South of Midnight was also there, if I'm not mistaken. It was just like a really special and strong showing. And I don't think, and I could be wrong, I don't know if the next calendar year is going to have that many bangers for Xbox as much as it did this past calendar year.
We have like what? Ninja Gaiden?
Ninja Gaiden would be huge. Yeah, that's going to be a big one.
Fable, I guess.
I think Fable's pushed.
That's delayed. I think we have Perfect Dark this year.
Gears.
Maybe Gears this year.
You thinking are you saying coming out or just going to be shown this year?
For which one?
Perfect Dark's coming out this year, so I think for sure it's gonna be shown.
That will be
that would be dope.
That'll be nice, but I don't know, man.
They announced it for 2025 last year.
They did, yeah. Wait, no, I don't. Wait, did they actually say 2025?
I don't remember. Sure. I don't remember a date, but I can't see this game coming out this year. I would like to. I would love for it to come out this year.
They showed gameplay of it last year.
No release date or release.
I think it'll be this year. That's my guess.
Well, we have the Gears of War remake for August.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
We have Ninja Gaiden for October or November?
They just said fall. They didn't give a date.
Yeah.
So theoretically, we should probably get
in November.
So we still have to plug up either September or October with one other game. And I feel like a Perfect Dark would be good for that.
I think it's either Perfect Dark or Fable.
There's no way Fable's coming out.
I think Fable's the only game
they announced it was next year.
Yeah.
They did announce it was next year? Okay.
Yeah.
They announced it got pushed.
What we've seen. I'm thinking of like what we've seen multiple times already in the past few years. Fable's been the only one that's been like they announced that I think the first Xbox showcase I think we saw was wasn't it the one they had in Toronto? Was that when they announced it, or was it the year after? I
don't remember, but it was around that time. Yeah, you're right.
It was either that,
it was 2021 or 2022.
I'm thinking 22 now, actually, because I remember. Because I think the first trailer was with Richard Adeoye, and that was when we were all in the Peacock Theater.
Sure.
Yeah. Okay. So it's 2022. So yeah, but they keep showing it every showcase, and it's like it's at a point where it's like, if you don't have a release date or at least something soon,
we need gameplay more than even a release date at this point.
A lot of CGI trailers.
Here's another one that has gone missing over a few years. State of Decay 3. We need to see that game again.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
That's got to be.
They've got a lot of. They got a lot of. I mean, I think the thing that benefits Xbox in this time around is that now they're fully integrated with Activision Blizzard.
Mm-hmm.
I would say that they're because they've been let's face it, Xbox has been really propped up by Bethesda and Activision Blizzard for the past 2 years. Yes, they have their own stuff, but a lot of their big bangers in the past couple a little bit has been from those studios. So I would think that they could definitely they have the most broadest range of studios to be able to tap into to be able to have something really, really cool. But I really do think that we're probably I think they have one or potentially two big bangers for this year.
Give me Spiral 4.
Yeah, I want Spiral 4 and whatever Double Fine's working on.
That's another one. They've been quiet.
They do have that Clockwork game. I'm looking up here, Clockwork Revolution.
Oh, that seems like a safe bet.
Yeah, where's that game?
Definitely no Elder Scrolls, right?
Definitely no Elder Scrolls.
I would love Elder Scrolls, but I don't think. I don't know. Well, maybe. When did Starfield come out? 2 years ago?
2 years ago?
Yeah.
Maybe.
That's still not on PlayStation yet, right?
They have been doing a push for Elder Scrolls a little bit lately. I mean, we've had we had Oblivion remake. They just did a full podcast series with Kind of Funny, and I think they have they have their new expansion coming out. So
a pretty strong game to end on.
Yeah,
big
momentum.
Out, new Elder Scrolls.
Starfield's not on. Sorry, Steve. Starfield's not on PlayStation yet, right?
No,
not yet.
Do you think they're saving that for a Nintendo announcement and be like, all right, and it's also on PlayStation?
Most likely.
I wouldn't be surprised if it showed up in the state of play. That wouldn't blow my mind if it was just there.
That would send so many trolls into an absolute fever.
Bro, it's over.
It's over.
Sorry,
Go with it.
There's so much argument online about whether or not Starfield was going to be multi-platform.
I mean, they did lie to us. I'm just saying.
They did many times. They did say 4 games, and so far it's been more than 4 games.
I don't think that's lying, though.
I think they knew that the 4 games were going to be more than 4 games. But
I think they have an idea that potentially 4 games, but I don't think that they lied to us. I think that's something that they were like, okay, we got 4 for now.
I think they saw that Starfield did not move the needle for them, and they were like, okay, this isn't going to work. And then the Activision... Sure.
But them thinking
closed and it was like, we got to make money.
Yeah, but them sort of thinking that everything was going to be going to PlayStation. I don't think that they knew that was what they were going to planning on doing at that point.
No,
so by people saying that they lied in that on that announcement or that episode, whatever of the podcast.
Well, I'm not even talking about that. I'm talking about when Aaron Greenberg straight up was like, "No, Starfield's never coming to PlayStation." I mean, that was
what does Aaron know?
Again, that was a totally different era.
Aaron would know.
I'm just breaking balls, but I mean, I do understand some of the objection there, where they're like, well, maybe don't make
I don't know. Anyway, those are the trolls that I don't like, is when they're basically saying like, oh, the Xbox lied to us. Like, fuck you. You don't know anything about how business works.
Do we think any of the big franchises are going to come out with a Netflix show, an Amazon show, a movie? Obviously, we're going to get... Yeah. I know at Summer Game Fest, we're probably going to get some Fallout Season 2.
Sure.
I think that's a given.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But I feel like every year there's a new oh, by the way, this is coming. What would be the next franchise? Does Gears have any multimedia?
No, but a movie tied to Netflix.
Okay.
That's been in the works for a long time, and I wouldn't be surprised
if just got a director.
Yeah.
Just got a director. Okay.
So I don't know if they'll have much. Maybe they'll come out and be like, Dave Bautista is Marcus Phoenix or something like that. But
that'd be dope.
Hell yeah.
I
think he's been
John Cena is Carmine.
Oh no.
That would actually be so
pretty dope. I think that totally would work.
Carmine's still the best character in that
franchise.
100%. Like the line of brothers, still the best.
Do you think that if they did have a show or a movie, would they have some? Because next year is the 40th anniversary, right? Or not 40th? Sorry.
Imagine I'd be so old.
20th.
20th anniversary is next year.
Like, how's that even possible?
Sorry.
20 years
I don't know why I was pouring on the brain. 20th anniversary, yeah.
I think so. I feel like Xbox pushed a lot of their projects back because they wanted, like, I feel like Fable got pushed back because they're like, okay, make a PS5 version. Like,
maybe.
Gotta be doing that, scaling that. Like,
I don't know.
I could see Halo.
I was gonna say, do we get Combat Evolved remake?
Yeah, I could see that.
Again?
Yeah.
Again.
It was remade for the Master Chief Collection.
They did the definitive edition on 360 all those years ago.
But that was just an upscaling. That wasn't a remake.
Yeah, but no, but the one that's on the Master Chief Collection is the one you can literally switch from old graphics to new.
It's just a remaster.
Yeah, that's like the remaster. That
saying, like,
they did
remake.
1 and 2. I feel like probably
story.
I like if they remastered 3, that'd be pretty cool. And then drop that across like all platforms and just like
man.
I want
ODST.
Give me 2.
Yes.
But then,
2.
But when they renamed
they remastered 2 when they dropped the Master Chief Collection.
Yeah. But when they renamed to Halo Studios, they said that they were changing up the engine,
showed assets from the original.
and then they changed the assets very specifically of Combat Evolved.
Oh.
Like that suit that they showed in the asset, that's Combat Evolved's
that's right. Yeah.
Mjolnir armor. That's
so I would
gotta
think
be a project there.
I feel like we see something there. I feel like we're due for Halo. Like,
right?
Truly, and I feel like if you're gonna start bringing your stuff everywhere, like no better time than now. So if they are doing that on Switch 2, which they're rumored to be doing, and also PS5, then
I'm still on Sammy's question about like what could be the next like movie or TV show from Xbox. I would say Bethesda has a much better shot of having a show or movie at some point.
Imagine like a Destiny TV show with like a giant budget.
Dishonored would be sick.
Oh,
Wolfenstein.
Yeah.
Cool. Wolfenstein, yeah.
Wolfenstein, yeah. That'd be interesting. Yeah,
I don't know why I can just see them going like Starfield. Starfield TV show.
Starfield.
Absolutely not.
That feels like an Apple exclusive right there.
Apple TV Plus, yeah.
Starfield.
They have some pretty decent sci-fi stuff on there.
Yeah, they got a good lineup of sci-fi stuff on it.
Anything else we're missing for Summer Game Fest wise, like announcement? What? Because just I know it's Xbox and then Geoff show basically.
Yeah,
that's kind of the two big ones, other than State of Play tomorrow. But that's about it.
Well, there's also future game show, PC game show, some good stuff there. We'll get some sneaky announcements there. But yeah, I can't think of any other like outstanding predictions. I would love to see BioShock in some form, but I feel like we're still years away.
I think that's EA,
I think it's just going to be Judas, right? That's just like the filler.
Yeah. I feel like that would be a total Levine move to just be like, yep, like
right,
that was actually a BioShock game, like, and just call it Judas.
I'm just going to go replay BioShock series for like the 20th time.
Hell yeah.
If Nintendo was to have something, let's just say next week for the hell of it, do you think that's where the Xbox will be like, okay, here's Indie, here's Hellblade, here's
Conker's Bad Fur Day,
here's 2025, Conker's back.
Here's Rare Replay. Get that on the Switch.
Here's that. Yeah.
I would love Rare Replay. The complications of
I know
the licensing of that.
What's the 360 backward compatibility? Elements of that collection are like.
It's also that every game is sold a la carte as well.
Yeah.
So,
like
it has to be part of like NSO or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, maybe if they have like an Xbox console on NSO,
just a launcher.
Be kind of neat.
Game Pass launcher.
You could buy like the Duke retro controller from Nintendo. Like we're kind of heading in that direction.
It's twice as heavy as the Switch 2.
Wow.
That'd be sweet.
Riley, I'm kind of surprised you didn't say anything Banjo. You giving up? What's going on?
I kind of mentioned it, but I think I was kind of quiet about it. But
you can speak
like, when I was like Banjo. No, but no, I would love Banjo. I don't know though. I don't know who would make it. Playtonic announced a round of layoffs, so I don't know if they're equipped to be doing it. And it sounds like Toys for Bob is probably doing a Spyro based on all of the messaging they've sent out on their project.
Yeah.
So I would think we might see that. But maybe Double Fine's doing a banjo, but they've said that they wouldn't do it, but they would say that if they were doing it. So I don't know. I mean, I hope maybe Sumo Digital could be a good fit. I could go on, but I don't know. I hope I would love to see a banjo. But like, I think we're getting to a point now where it's like the Xbox ecosystem is changing so much that like I would almost even give that reveal to like Nintendo.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
You bringing up Double Fine and the possibility of them doing a banjo, that would be the most disgusting asset of banjo in the world. Their art style. I love Double Fine, but their art style just does not fit banjo
Steve
at all.
Saylor was there when I was talking to Aaron Greenberg, and he was like, well, I was like, yeah, well, who would you want to do a banjo? He's like, Double Fine would be really great, like to me. And I was like, I'd hate that. He's like, well, who do you want to do? I'm like, Sumo Digital or someone who's like worked with the IP before, but like I don't want like a
Tim Burton,
Tim Burton, kind of Tim Burton looking twisted world.
So
that's
wild.
not banjo. That's not Banjo-Kazooie.
There's too many angles for Double Fine's art.
Like
we need like a Pixar quality, not a Tim Burton quality.
It's like there's no wiggle room to get creative with Banjo-Kazooie. Like you literally need to go back into that world and recreate it exactly as everybody remembers it, or everyone's gonna hate it.
So bring the song back so everyone could sit there for 2 minutes.
Yep.
Yeah, it has to look exactly, and that's why like when Banjo showed up in Smash Brothers, I was like, nailed it perfect. Like Sakurai got it, he upgraded it, and now we have new models for this character. Like it was great, but like that's why I very badly want a new Banjo-Kazooie, but I'm so willing to wait for the right partner to come along and do it.
Yeah.
Because like you get one shot. And if you botch that, it's just getting shelved for another 20 years and we're never going to see it. So
true.
So find the right partner, find the team that's willing to honor that IP, which to me could be like I don't know what I think Crash sold like 12 million, 15 million copies on PlayStation, like the remake or something like that. If you remade those games, nailed the art style, and then innovated after that, I think that would be the best route for you. But I'm totally content to wait until they find the right team. And I hope it's not Double Fine. No offense to Double Fine. Very talented.
Yeah, just
like
the art style.
Psychonauts is so good, but like the art style and what that team's about, they're just very different than what I think that game needs to be.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
Here's another question that we haven't talked about. The outliers around Summer Game Fest. I'm not talking about like in a showcase or what have you, maybe in Jeff's thing. But what about like the EAs or like WB? Are we going to get like Hogwarts Legacy 2 or an Injustice 3? Or are we going to get like a trailer for the Iron Man EA game? Like, are we going to see any of those pop up within the next week?
All possibilities. I don't know.
I could see Captain America, but that's not. I know that's not EA, but maybe Iron Man. That'd be cool.
I don't know why, but part of me is like, yeah, I could see a Hogwarts Legacy 2 trailer, like an announcement trailer.
It made so much money, so like, why wouldn't they?
At this point, like it's been what, 3 years?
No matter how much J.K. Rowling tweets out, it doesn't matter. It's still going to be a super successful game. So why not make it?
That's it. Like at some point too, it's like that IP is bigger than that noise. So it's like there's different moments and emotions attached to it outside of that, which is people still go to the theme parks, people buy the games. So it is exciting to maybe be on the eve of something like that. But do you think it would be a Summer Game Fest or a PlayStation or an Xbox?
I think it would be Summer Game Fest at most, maybe State of Play, but I think it would be on the big stage at Summer
because I think PlayStation was the marketing partner for Legacy.
Yeah, they were.
They got the DLC level or mission.
Yeah.
Launch.
Yeah, I feel like that's something you might like. A Hogwarts Legacy 2, I would think probably maybe a Game Awards versus
you think? Okay.
Summer Game Fest, because I don't think any of us would see it coming out before then. You know?
No, gosh, no.
Do you think
maybe even Gamescom?
Maybe. Do you think we might see like an Injustice 3 kind of deal?
I would love
hope
it.
so.
Yeah,
I love their campaign.
The Justice campaigns are like,
oh my god,
it's like movies. It's fantastic.
As Marcel knows, I'm not good at fighting games, but the campaign.
I legit just watched the cinematics, like the compilation of the cinematics edited together. Like that to me, it was just like, yeah, it's a full blown
movie. Yeah, it's so good.
Yeah.
One thing I realized here at Summer Game Fest, they have all the partners here, but instead of having Nintendo, they have Nintendo Switch 2. And
that's an advertising
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah, you're gonna see a slot with that console advertised. It's the day after it came
everywhere.
out.
Yeah.
I don't think they'll have. I look at their past reveals, but they haven't advertised with Geoff in years.
Yeah.
So I think that this is like in terms of reveals, but they usually throw them some dollars for like a Switch ad or something like that. So I would assume maybe a platinum level partner. I think Nintendo Switch 2 was also the logo they used for the Epic show as well, and they were a platinum level partner.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah. So I think that's likely what we'll see from them, but I'm down to be surprised. Like I would love it if they just had a Smash Brothers invite show up. On the screen.
That's all you just hear.
Yeah.
You're like, oh my god, Smash Brothers.
Well, when he was doing that and revealed Joker and Sephiroth and stuff, I was like, those are so hype.
Those are epic.
So good.
And it just came, the Sephiroth one came out of nowhere. You're just like, oh, what is he talking about? Like, oh, this is Smash Brothers.
And he just murks Mario.
Yeah,
Just kills Mario. Like, oh, that was crazy. Yeah, this is a busy week for gaming. Best of luck to everyone coverage wise. We'll cover Summer Game Fest on the podcast. But yeah, best of luck. Steve, what's going on for your rest of the I know what's going on, but what else you want to add in for the rest of the week?
Nothing at all. I'm just counting down the literal hours until Nintendo Switch 2 releases, and I'm going to be obsessively watching FedEx and the updates until it comes here to my place. And yeah, it's gonna be a nerve-wracking morning and maybe afternoon, but hopefully it all pans out and I get it at some point. Convenient.
What's the earliest FedEx can deliver? I've never seen them be like, here's an 8 a.m. delivery. Like
for me, it's been 10.
10? Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow. Lucky with you. I get mine at like 2 p.m. That's usually.
Well, they start the rounds.
I can handle a 2 p.m. delivery. I would like to get it as soon as possible, but
FedEx does the worst. It has like the worst tracking ever, because at some point it'll be like, oh, it's arriving between 10 and 2, and then it won't show up, and then it will be like, oh, before 8 o'clock. It's like, okay, cool. I guess I'll just sit here for another 6 hours. Thank you.
Or they would attempt delivery without you even realizing it, and then they're like, well, sorry, we're gonna have to try again tomorrow. I'm like, fuck.
Thankfully, I have a concierge in my building, so they usually
the people who don't even knock and they're like, oh, we missed you, and I'm like, bro,
they don't even leave a note. They don't even leave a note. They're like, oh, we attempted. They're like, where's the note?
I'm gonna be on full guard on Thursday. Yeah. I gotta get that thing in my hands.
I'm not a fan of them. There was one time they actually delivered my Xbox fridge to a no frills.
Oh god!
Like, we delivered. That was like 20 minutes north from me. Like, let me in there.
How?
I have no idea.
But speaking of Switch 2, don't take off your protective covers.
Apparently,
that was a big thing.
I'm gonna do it.
Don't touch anything.
Don't do it.
You.
Watch me do it.
There you go. That's gonna be part of your video
right there.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it. Or rub any magnets on game keys.
Yeah, I'm doing it.
I'm doing it.
That's the video.
What are you gonna do, Nintendo?
Yeah,
mine. Yeah, there you go.
You just brick his console.
There you go.
All of a sudden, like, why do I have this like really weird update? Oh no.
Steve, how about you?
Yeah, just gonna be trying to cover as much as I can of Summer Game Fest from here. It's still going strong on YouTube, and I'll be streaming on Twitch as well. So, yeah, gonna be exciting week ahead.
Cool. Riley,
I guess launching this console, I got a midnight launch. That
you just launch it now. You have the power to do that. Just press the button.
Yeah, can you do it? Can you do it?
And Riley was
If you don't
never
get it,
seen
really, yeah.
again.
I dare you. I
Yeah.
dare you to do it.
Do it
Just
right
do
now.
it.
So yeah, someone's at the door. Shigeru, what are you?
Oh, what? I'm a big fan.
So I mean, staying up till midnight to launch that, and then I guess just waiting for my console. Hopefully, it shows up early, but we'll see how it goes. But I'm excited to play it.
The ones from you guys, the one that you're launching at midnight, that's not going to be like a guarantee like next day. It's going to be like whenever.
So yeah, Walmart US had the guarantee. Walmart Canada doesn't, because Canada is a very large country.
We're smart. We're like, we're not going to guarantee
and
this.
there are people all over it. Yeah. So
And it's a Canada Post, because then the whole like maybe not striking.
No,
okay.
Walmart Canada does not use Canada Post, so it should be fine. But I think generally most of the people will get their product on launch day.
Cool.
Generally, some people it's more dependent on how close you are to the shipping facilities,
Especially with the midnight release, people.
No, I don't think that they will.
Okay, they'll just be like
the orders come in at different times, right? So so no, I mean maybe some of them will, but it's more just like if you want to go to a store and pick it up the next morning, because that's a much more efficient way of ensuring you get it right away.
Yeah.
Otherwise, if you're cool to lock in order and it'll come maybe by the weekend, then go for it.
Cool. There you go, Sammy. How about you?
Oh,
midnight release? Just give the answer now. Are you doing midnight release?
I don't
Exclusive.
know. I guess so sleepy at around 11 o'clock. I guess so sleepy, but
so sleepy.
I feel that.
I feel that too.
But if not, then I'm gonna wake up really early and like be at EB Games the second it opens, so I can
just
get my
take
console.
my receipt. We'll swap.
Honestly, if it wasn't ID locked, I definitely would have switched with you.
Where's ID locked?
You would have switched.
Like you have to give your ID.
With two.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
No way. So the tracking number that I got off your receipt, that's nothing to me.
You need her ID. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Wait, Sammy, go grab your ID for a second. I just
oh yeah, let me just
yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
I just want to make sure yours has the thing on it, make sure yours is on the up and up.
Your name's spelled like this on the ID, right? I could go both ways. So,
oh yeah, definitely.
Okay, perfect.
But other than that, just hopefully playing Switch for the next couple days. So
I'm gonna no-life the hell out of this console.
Oh yeah.
No.
Yeah, like I gotta call my mom before I get this thing.
Let her know you're okay.
You're not gonna hear from me.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're not gonna hear from me, but I'm okay.
Yeah, I'll see you in July.
I know your birthday is this weekend, which it is, but
damn.
Wow.
But I'll see you when I see you, and just know that doesn't mean I don't love you.
No.
That'll have been just as bad if last weekend was my parents' 45th wedding anniversary, so it would have been just as bad if it was like this week. Like, sorry.
Every photo of you is just playing with the Switch.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, 45 isn't as big as like 50.
I mean, you're not wrong. I mean, 50 is bigger than 45, just by number math sense. So yeah. But
that's when the OLED's gonna come out. So
that's right.
My brother's taking her golfing, so
there you go.
She'll be fine. She doesn't need me.
Yeah, there you go.
Siblings pitch it.
That's why I tell myself.
Siblings pitch it in for you.
Tell yourself, yeah.
What are you doing, Marcel?
Same thing. Waiting for the Switch too. A bunch of video content coming out for that. We're also running our own Salo Summer Game Fest. Take that, Jeff.
I was gonna be like, you better mention it.
Jeff, you're invited. You're invited if you want to come, Jeff. But it's called Pixel Power Play, June 14th. If you want to come on down, check out some amazing games from not only from Canada but from around the world as well. It's also gonna be Strive. It's gonna be streamed as well on twitch.tv/Twitch Toronto. So come check it out. And
can I call it Triple P?
You call it P3.
P3.
Ooh, that's good.
Oh yeah, you like that,
almost
huh?
like you may have planned that, didn't you?
I didn't. No,
Oh,
I
okay.
really didn't.
Marcel just loves alliteration.
B3.
Yeah, I
Okay,
just
fair enough.
B3. That's pretty much it. Got nothing else.
Cool.
All right, bye everyone.
Bye.
Enjoy your Switch. See ya.